Good morning and welcome to Living Local 15. I'm Jessica Williams. Happy Wednesday. Okay, are you a pickle lover? Well, I'm about to rock your world because the Pickle Festival is happening this weekend and they are joining me in studio and brought some unique pickle treats. It's also Wealth Wednesday and today Foster Financial is giving us the rundown on HSAs, and later the Allen County Public Library is here to share some popular summer reads. That and more happening now.
Fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
Festival coverage on Living Local 15 is brought to you by Marathon Rewards and Phil's One Stop. Calling all pickle lovers, including myself, the 27th Annual Pickle Festival is happening July 13th through 15th in St. Joe, Indiana. And I am so thrilled to chat with Christine, their president, and Susan, their treasurer. Hi.
Hello.
Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Yes, so I can smell the pickles coming off the table.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
How fun is this? Oh my goodness, a whole pickle festival. Start off by giving me just an overview of what people can expect.
Oh my gosh, a whole bunch of stuff. So if you have children, this is definitely the festival to come to.
Okay.
If you are a pickle lover, this is another one to come to. So we have a whole bunch of pickle goodies. We've got bounce houses, virtual reality, vendors, comedians, magicians.
Contest. We have a pickle eating
Yes.
contest, a pickle derby where the children design their little race car made of a pickle.
Yes.
And a pickle people contest where they design people out of pickles. So it's a
Okay.
lot of fun. Oh yeah. And face painting and balloon animals. All of it is free for children.
Oh, I love that.
Pizza eating competition.
Yeah, those are so fun. I mean, I'm just thinking about this pickle eating contest. I mean, you really have to love pickles.
Yes.
You know, like I would
Yes.
consider it maybe.
Oh, you have to. You have to.
And then never be able to eat them again. No, no, so fun. And so throughout the different activities that you have, you'll also have bands and
Yes.
performances going
Oh,
on. So share with me a
yes.
little bit about that.
Oh my gosh. On Saturday night, we have the Avalons come in. They're America's rock and roll oldies sensation. I'm super excited for them. They're going to they'll play, then they'll kick off our amazing fireworks at the end of the night.
Yes.
We've got Red Eye Lorelei coming. We've got Keegan Farrell from The Voice coming. The Fleetwood
Spoon
Party of Two, Spoon Man. Oh yeah, Jim Barron.
Awesome. Well, I know that you all brought in some goodies. So at this festival, of course, the food, right, is the main feature.
Yes.
And you brought in all these really cool pickled items. And I'm thrilled to taste some because I love pickles so much. And most of this I have not had in a pickle form.
Oh yes.
So where should we start? Maybe.
Cotton, yeah, definitely try the cotton candy.
Okay, so we have pickled cotton candy. So look at this. How cool. How do you make pickled cotton candy? Like, I'm so curious, but look at this. It doesn't smell like pickle. Okay, I taste it. It's not overwhelming and it's not sour. I thought it was going to be sour, but it's good. I feel like kids will like it.
Oh yeah.
And they can still have a little pickle, a part of it. So cool. And then you have some bread items here. So share with me about this selection.
Oh, the pickle cornbread. That is actually my personal favorite.
Really? Oh, look at
Elizabeth's
that.
Bakery, she does a wonderful
Yummy.
job. If you like the sweetness of the cornbread, but then you get that crunch of the pickle.
Oh my goodness, it smells so good. I'm
It
so
is
excited.
very good. She sold out quick last year. I kept going back for more.
It's so good.
It was impressive. Like I said, I kept going back for more.
Right, because I love
Very good.
jalapeno cornbread, but this has that little tangy funness to it. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm really interested in this cookie because it looks so tasty and so soft. And you have a special baker that makes this, correct?
We do.
Tell me about her.
Elizabeth's Garden Bakery.
Right.
She's off State Road 8.
Yes.
Pickle.
It's just her and her family do it. They have a shop in their house, and she goes to a whole bunch of farmers markets, does a ton of delicious baked goods from breads, pies, puddings, cookies. You name it, honestly.
And she does pickle.
Yeah, and for our
like,
festival
specifically,
yes.
or does she does a whole bakery, but then she can do featured items?
Oh, she can do
Okay.
featured items.
Not
Yes.
just a
Very
pickle
good at
baked
coming
bakery.
up with new ideas.
What times can people come out each day?
Thursday the 13th, we're going to be open from 4 to 9.
Okay.
And then Friday we'll be open from noon to 9, and then Saturday 10 to 10.
Okay.
And then, but Saturday we will kick off early morning 7 a.m. with the fireman's pancake breakfast.
Oh, pickles and the pancakes.
Hey, we can. Hey, that's an idea.
A little pickle
right
syrup.
there. That's an
I'll put
idea.
some pickle pudding on it.
There you go.
Frosting.
Which is delicious. And then, of course, down here, we can't tell people what this is, which is the popcorn, of course. You have pickled popcorn. Ooh, wait, I'm taking all of these. This is delicious. Oh, my goodness. And it's still buttery.
Yep.
Love this. And then last, tell me about the pickle factory that will be out here by this brand in particular.
Sure. Well, the pickle factory, Seckler's Pickle Factory, is over 100 years old. And they are a local business. And they do tours. You can do tours each day of the festival. But you do have to wear closed-toed shoes and sleeved shirts. Otherwise, you
Yes.
cannot go into the factory.
Okay.
So, but they love doing tours. They love the interaction with people during the festival. They are big supporters of the festival.
Yes, that's so awesome. And I know that they have so many different flavors and even, stuff that you brought in, some salsa, pickle salsa with peach.
Oh, yes.
And then right here, what I just opened is the hot, I like the spicy
and
stuff. Hot and sweet. So this may take me out, so I'm going to end it with this. Okay. I'll let you all know that the Pickle Festival will be in St. Joe, Indiana, July 13th through 15th. So you have to check it out, and we'll leave their website below. And let's take a taste. We'll be right back.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
This segment sponsored by Foster Financial. Welcome to Wealth Wednesday, your favorite time of the week where we gain financial information from Caleb Doan, who is the Vice President of Foster Financial. Hi, Caleb.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Thanks very much.
Yes, so a new week, a new topic.
Yeah.
And today we're talking about HSAs, which are health savings accounts. I've heard of these, I'm sure you all have too, and you're going to break it down for us today.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know medical expenses are something that just seem to skyrocket every single year, right? They typically inflate higher than other typical costs of goods and services, and so they just seem to be getting larger and larger. And so a lot of times when we put together a financial plan for a lot of our clients, we include a piece of that financial plan for planning out how we're going to cover medical expenses, not only in retirement, but even before retirement.
Right.
Because a lot of times those medical expenses can pop up even while somebody's working. And so the HSAs are a big piece of that planning. And so there's quite a few tax advantages in the HSAs that I think a lot of people might not really know about. And so I wanted to touch on a few of those today.
Yeah, and really just breaking down what it is. It seems a little mysterious in some ways. I feel like a lot of the financial stuff that we talk about is. So I love that you break it down because it is an option that most employers will give to their employees. But during the time of signing up for benefits, it can feel overwhelming because it's like all these boxes you have to check. So can you share what are some benefits of people having an HSA?
Yeah, great question. So I guess first off, to qualify for an HSA, you have to be in an HSA eligible insurance plan, which a lot of people are. You typically need to be in what's called a high deductible health plan, which many people are with their employer insurance. But that gives you access to contribute to an HSA. And there's really three probable benefits to an HSA that a lot of people might not know about. The first one is when you contribute to an HSA, it's tax deductible. And so if you made $50,000 that year and you put in $3,000 to the HSA, you only pay taxes on $47,000, which is a great benefit right off the bat.
Right.
The second piece, which a lot of people don't take advantage of, is that you can actually invest the money while it's in the HSA. And so as opposed to it just sitting in cash, you could put it in an index fund or something and have it take advantage of market returns. And that's a big piece where a lot of times when people come to us, they say, hey, I think I have an HSA. My employer put some money into it. Almost every time it's sitting in cash and has been for the last, 10 years.
Right.
And so that's something we help a lot of people out with. And then the last piece is that when you take the money out of the HSA, let's say you put in that $3,000, 5 years later, it's $5,000 now.
Okay.
If you pull out all $5,000 for a qualified medical expense, you don't pay any taxes on the growth.
Okay.
And so it's
nice.
really advantageous there too.
Okay, so there's so many nuances to this account, right? I've had these accounts before with my previous employers, and I've put money in it, but what's really important to know is that the money that you put in there is for health and medical services only. You can't pull it out because you need to buy a car or just, do other things, right?
Right,
It's very
yeah.
specific.
Yeah, there's some penalties if you were to pull it out and use it for things other than medical expenses before a certain age. The nice thing is with these, after the age, I want to say it's 65. After 65, let's say you had a certain amount built up in that HSA and you were like, hey, I'm really never going to use this for my medical expenses.
Right.
You could pull that money out of there and use it for non-medical expenses, but it wouldn't get that last kind of tax benefit that we talked about. If you pull it out and use it for non-medical expenses, you do have to pay taxes when it comes out. And so at that point, it was kind of like an IRA, for example.
Right.
So most people still use it for medical expenses, but it's nice that there's that flexibility there that if you had a balance when you were
had to.
older, you could use it for other expenses.
Okay, so
too.
that leads me to a couple of follow-ups. So number one, is there a maximum that you can put into the account each year?
Yeah, so
Contribution, okay.
so if you're on a family plan, let's say you and your spouse are both on the same kind of high deductible health plan with your employer, the max is something like $8,750 for 2023. If you're just a single person on the plan, it's about half of that.
Okay.
But that's the max that the government allows you to put in
On
there.
an annual basis?
Exactly.
Okay, and then are these accounts specific to that employer, or if you change employment, does it roll over?
That's a great question. Yeah. So another big benefit of these is that they're very portable. So I mean,
Okay.
you can move them from one employer to the other. And a big piece that a lot of people ask is, okay, if I leave an employer, does any of that money go back to my employer? Like if they made contributions, does some of it stay with the employer? Because there's
Yeah.
different plans that is a thing. With HSAs, you get to take all of that. It's all of your money. It's yours when it's in that account. So if you move employers, it goes with you.
And it doesn't expire, right? So that amount rolls over, and it's just there in case you need it for, it's like a little personal insurance and medical spending.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, exactly.
okay,
And people use it for out-of-pocket expenses, or if they, have a child, of course, you get hit with all these big bills during that process, and so
sure.
that's a good thing. And what's really nice is that it's a pretty broad spectrum of the qualified medical expenses that you can use it for, and so there's lists on different websites that will lay out just all the different things that you can use it for, and it's pretty broad.
Yeah, and is there any reason or particular angle that people are not taking full advantage of these types of accounts?
I think probably the reason people don't take it full advantage is they might not know all of the advantages
Right.
of the account, and so if you're somebody out there who is eligible for an HSA and you typically have these recurring expenses, if you're not taking advantage of it, you're typically leaving some tax savings on the table. And so we like to help clients kind of take full advantage of all of it.
Yeah, well, thank you. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully today that just really inspired people to dive into these accounts more. So thank you so much, Caleb,
Absolutely.
for sharing that information. And as you all know, you can actually get a complimentary consultation with Foster Financial. We'll be sure to have their phone number listed below, and we'll be right back. This segment sponsored by Foster Financial.
Have an idea for the show? Want to find out how you can be a guest? Contact us at livinglocal15@wayne.com.
Reading books is an excellent hobby to have. It opens up your imagination and allows for you to escape into a story. It will also improve your speech, reading comprehension, self-esteem, and boost your memory skills. So I love learning about trending books from Aja Michael Keller, who is the communications director at the Allen County Public Library. Hi, Aja.
Hey.
Welcome back.
Thanks for having us. So happy to be here.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm so excited because, of course, we're in summer, and this is honestly probably the best time to read, right? People are on vacation, they're at home chilling, and so you brought in some book options for us.
Definitely. I love the summer. It's never too hot for me. So let's start with children's because the kids are at home and in our space.
Yes.
And so we want to make sure they have great stuff to keep them bridging between school, until the start of school, that they're continuing their love of reading and learning. So the first one I brought was Love Makes a Garden Grow. And it's a beautiful story about a grandfather and his granddaughter and how they come together, and she learns the art of gardening from him, and it follows her up into adulthood.
I love that cover.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's got, as you would imagine, gardening stories. And I think it's that time of year when folks are watching things grow, and we're starting to see our gardens kind of blossom right now, so very exciting.
Yes.
I say that, but we all know that I kill all plants, but
Yes.
we talked about that last time. Also this one, which is It's Okay, being kind to yourself when things feel hard. Because summer is a change for the kiddos.
Yeah.
They're missing their friends. They're, we're getting used to each other again, being in each other's space all day, every day. And so this is about when kids make a mistake or things are feeling a little hard, how they need to speak kindly to themselves as if they would speak to a friend. And so I think it's a great story for kids and a great conversation for parents to have while reading it with their children. And remembering that they are little people, but they still feel the big things.
Yes.
And they need us to help them kind of process
Absolutely.
that. And
I
books
love
are
that.
an excellent way to process and to give words to parents
Yeah.
in difficult conversations.
Because we have to show ourselves grace, and children should learn that too. Yeah.
Yes, we should be kind to ourselves. We should model that for them and teach them how to do that for themselves.
That's great.
Also, I brought a couple of teen options. This one is really cool. This is Nimona. It is a fantasy. She's a shapeshifter. There are dragons. But what's really cool is this was recently adapted for Netflix. So it just came out, I think, June 30th. So
Like
that
a
will
show
be,
or a movie?
It is a movie.
Okay.
And that will be, so they can read it and then watch it. You always want to read the book first.
Yes.
Because the book is probably
Always
usually better. But it's always great to see how it's adapted to the screen. Also, summertime, we're traveling. So we got to have our summer reads. For all of us, that's a little different. Some people like a guilty pleasure. Some people like, I like a mystery thriller. I brought a romance novel here. This one is The Kiss Quotient. This came highly recommended. You can already tell it's much beloved.
It's been used.
Highly recommended from Meg in our readers department, and she said she started it and she could not stop it.
Nice.
And if you read the back, I'm already like, I think I want to read that one
that's
too.
on your list.
It's a great story. A romance novel, and I'm not a person who reads a lot of romance, but it sounds great. Also, I brought this one. Those are for traveling. Also, if you're sort of like, you want to travel, but you haven't decided where you're going, people may not realize we have travel guides at the library. This one I brought is USA's Best Trips. 50, I think it's 51 road trips, I went to Ireland back in 2012, and my cousin planned everything. We get to Ireland, we realize he hasn't really planned that much stuff. But I had happened to grab from the Allen County Public Library a Rick Steves travel guide.
Nice.
I had it with me, and I would read aloud from that book as we traveled through Ireland, and we still talk about how that book saved that trip because we were able to learn and also find our way around.
Yeah, and they give you places you can try as far as restaurants and all the details about it and where to eat, sleep. Who knew? I mean, everything is so digital now, but it is nice to have it in
nice
a
to have
form.
it.
Yeah.
Throw it in your bag. It's not that big.
Colorful.
This one is really, I thought was great when I saw it. It's accessible vacation. So if people have like mobility issues, hearing issues, vision issues, it goes state by state for, actually city by city for 12 cities.
Okay.
How you can find accessible hotels and accessible locations, museums, things like that. So I thought that was great.
Love that.
And then I also brought, we know I'm a Disney fanatic, and so I'm sort of, itching to get to Disney for vacation.
Yes.
And while I'm in that waiting period, I'm cooking out of the unofficial Disney Parks cookbook. I actually own this one at my home, and it's all of the recipes that we love from Disney.
Oh, wow.
in cookbook form.
And it even kind of tells you where on the park it could be found.
And
Oh,
it has
that's
Dole
awesome.
Whip, if you've ever had Dole Whip. Which
Yes, so good. Oh,
it's in there.
the pineapple. Okay, making me hungry now because I know you have some other cooking, a few cookbooks. I think
This
it's
one's
this one here.
hot off
yeah.
the shelves. This was on our new releases, Big Green Egg Feasts. So Big Green Egg is that like grill thing that everybody's getting. And this is a book of recipes specifically using the Big Green Egg
see
to
that?
cook
Oh, that looks
family meals. Look at this.
delicious. Oh my goodness.
Yum.
And of course, before you leave, I have to learn about what's happening right now at the library because I know you all encourage reading throughout the entire year, but you have something special for summer.
Yes, summer is Spark at the library.
Okay.
That's our summer reading program. Tens of thousands of Allen County residents are going to log their reading time, their minutes, their activities that they participate in the library. And we do that. We've been doing that program for many years. And it's for everybody. It's for kids. It's for adults. My son and I, we lay down at night to read our story time, and we pull out my phone and we track it on the app. So people can go to the website. They can learn about Summer Spark.
Okay.
I also brought our summer program guide.
Okay.
So this is all of the programming
Wow.
that's happening at the library. I believe we're at about 1,100 programs for the summer
Really?
months.
Oh, that's perfect. Something
So
for everyone.
yeah, like this one was just last
Throughout
week.
the whole day,
Raptors,
yeah.
you know. So grab one of these from your local branch or look for it online. Search our events because there is something for everybody.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Aja. It's always a pleasure speaking with you and talking about books. And I want to let you all know the library has something going on, as we just said, throughout the entire day. So this is a perfect option for your kids or yourself. So we will have their website listed below to check out all the fun, and we'll be right back.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group.
Well, that's our show for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. And you can always catch up on episodes by downloading the WANE app. And while you're out, give a little smile, give a little wave, share a little light and love today. And I look forward to seeing you here tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.